W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we do like and an L to the things that we don't. I'm going first, so I'm going to go ahead and give a dub to none other than my co-host, Marcus Too Raw. We're going ahead and jumping the broom this weekend, man. An amazingly beautiful ceremony. Everything went off, mostly without a hitch, but
For the most part, yeah.
absolutely great weekend and definitely a fun one. Definitely one for the books.
Sure, man. Thank you for everybody that came. Sent us well wishes. Uh, One of the greatest days of my life, man. It was truly beautiful. I'm happy and I'm grateful. So
For
thanks.
sure. I say mostly without a hitch because you did take an L when we, you know what I'm saying, we slap box a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We
That
might
did
have
not
to run that fade again, you know what I mean?
that didn't happen.
Okay, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe you got a little bit off, maybe I got a little bit off, and we was cool after that. You don't even remember what happened, so
I
I remember everything.
Yeah.
All right, whatever,
A little
whatever.
bit of a blur. A little bit of a blur.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to my next dub. I'm gonna give a dub to Columbus music artists, musicians, Trek Manifest, and Tabilla. Trek Manifest just went ahead and released his album Everything's Personal. And Tabilla went ahead and released some new music recently as well. Haven't gotten a chance to take a listen to either one yet, but when I do, I'll be sure to come back and go ahead and give them, their props on the projects that they've released. But I'm happy to see that everybody's back active after the pandemic and putting music out and things like that. So
Sure.
shout out to those guys for sure. Two of my favorites in the city. On to my L's. I'm going to give Lil Meech an L. It seems that Lil Meech ain't been paying his bill for his jewelry that he's buying out here. Apparently, he's running off on the jewelry plug twice. Apparently, he went and copped a Richard Mille watch for $250,000. They let him leave without paying $200,000 of it, and then I guess he tried to go to another jewelry store and try to trade in that watch for a different
Time out.
watch.
Wait. So financing a Richard Millie that's worth a quarter M is literally you have to put almost a quarter M down to finance a watch that's worth a quarter M. How do that even make sense to niggas?
No, he
So
put 50 down. He put 50 down on 250.
no, but you said they didn't. They let him go without paying 200. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like he was supposed to put 200 down and he didn't. I was about to
No,
say
no,
that
no,
is nuts. They're asking for like 80% of the
no.
price.
No, he paid
He put the
50.
50 down. Okay, got it.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And then just never paid the other 200, which is
And then
wild.
tried to pawn it somewhere else so that he could get money to buy a new chain. How you rich and scamming, fam? How did that work? How you rich and scamming? First of all, I know you don't have a quarter M, bro. I know you don't. I know you don't.
I would
I know
agree.
you don't make that much. And I know you don't look like the type of nigga that save. So I know you ain't got that. I know you
From
ain't
what
got
I've
that.
heard, I think he was in college before 50 went ahead and did the whole BMF like show that he was
Mhm.
supposed to kind of help out with, but then became the star of. So yeah, college student only
Yeah.
making money from the show
Why would
essentially.
you even sign up for that, fam? That's like, oh yeah, let me go get a fucking Maserati. Like, yeah, by the grace of God, I may be able to pull together something that resembles a down payment. But what the fuck am I going to do 6 months into the lease?
I don't know, fam. Scam your way out of it.
Right, I guess try to part it out.
And then
I don't know, man.
I can't remember the other guy's name who plays Harry from BMF. I guess they went down and bailed him out and then said, "Oh, we had to get him out because we got to shoot BMF season 2." Like, why didn't y'all stop him from doing this silly shit in the first place before he got arrested, so you
Oh,
can make
you
sure
know
you
they
can
real
shoot
friends.
season 2?
You know they real friends, because I ain't never going to get my motherfucking coworker out of jail so that we can go work. So that we can go to work. No, They real friends, like them boys, real brothers, because ain't no way.
Gotta be, man. I don't know what's going on in his head. My next L is going to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo just can't stay out of any kind of trouble or any kind of controversy, it seems like. Last thing I remember is, the whole housing debacle and then the whole fucking fake accounts that they made up for people. Now, apparently, they're staging fake job interviews, fake diversity interviews for jobs that they've already hired white people for.
You know what? Like when people get caught for shit like this, it's like it almost makes me more mad than like your standard racism, because this is some shit that you should never get caught doing. Like ever, ever. How could you would have to be so fucking careless to make it known that you've already hired someone before you brought this in? Because that's the only way it could possibly get out, is you running your damn mouth and being like, literally, this person that I'm bringing in is only for diversity purposes. There's no way I'm ever hiring them. And then
Some
them
email
turning that
thread
information to
bullshit.
somebody. Like, there's no other way that they would know that. How else would they know?
Yeah, no,
You bring
no,
in the
I agree.
candidates, you may have in your mind who you're already going to go, and that's the part of it. It's the implicit bias. It's the implicit bias part of it that makes it so hard to identify. So if
Yep,
you're getting caught doing shit like this, you're not even trying, fam. You don't give a fuck what it looked like or who you tell it to. You just doing it to do it.
that's a fact. I also heard that on top of them doing that specifically, they've also been bringing diversity hires in to interview for a job that the person is overqualified for, to basically then say, try to get them to basically not want the job so that they can go on and say that they try to interview the diversity hire,
They turned
which
it down. No.
is something I've specifically dealt with another bank. Not sure if I should go ahead and mention it, but I was going for a higher position with said company, and it was out in like Lewis Center, I think. I think it was supposed to be for
The
Lewis
Lewis
Center because I
Center.
was on the north side at the time. And then they sent me to the branch in Northern Lights to interview for a teller position, which is not what I went for. So Banks is out here doing this shit. I just want to throw that out there. Big Blue Bank.
Like you pulled up and you were like, "Yeah, I'm here for the what's it interview." And they're like, "Actually, you're going to be interviewing for Teller. Come here, Negro."
Basically, 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 they had me go out to some fucking Panera out in Lewis Center. I didn't even interview in the actual branch. And then they were like, I think you'll be good for this position, and sent me to fucking Northern Lights to interview for a lesser position than what I applied for. So this is happening. This is the thing. Just
Damn.
throwing that out there. It's not the bank that I work for now. It's not the bank that I used to work for. Never worked for this bank. Just throwing that out there that this is a thing that happens. So that's my little story. Last L is going to another company doing dirty business to black people. Walmart is out here also trying to scam, deceive. There's a company by the name of, let me see if I can get this company on here. A company by the name of Blissfully Southern Cream Malicious. Black owned company. They make ice cream.
Okay.
And I guess they're selling it in Target. And they have, I believe, a newer flavor. It's red velvet, which black people tend to like
Right.
red velvet. Walmart gets the great idea to make a great value red velvet ice cream and market it as a Juneteenth flavor, specifically with all sorts of Juneteenth shit on it. It was ridiculous. Black people on it. It was absolutely ridiculous. And so they obviously got a lot of backlash because there's already a company, black owned company, making red velvet ice cream over at Target. And
That's
Walmart
not my
decided to,
yeah. That's
you
not
know,
my problem with any of this. Like them making a red velvet ice cream and making a great value brand. That's what they do. They're a great value brand.
the
Labeling
Juneteenth.
it the Juneteenth fucking ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's funny because while white people try to ascribe certain things to black people, they try to stereotype or categorize black people under these brands or these tropes or you know these labels. But rarely do they give credit. So if you are saying that red velvet cake is a black, like it is a recipe out of black American culture, okay, I ain't got no problem with that. That's not what you did. You turned it into a trope because somehow red velvet cake and Juneteenth are connected.
Right, because red velvet is freedom.
Because red velvet, black people, and Juneteenth, black people, mix it all up. You got Juneteenth ice cream, red velvet flavor. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. What's next on your list?
That is all I have.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, man. Pass it
Sure,
to a
list.
real G.
For sure.
Pass it to a real G. You feel me?
It's all on you.
First of all, I do want to give a dub out to my beautiful bride, Mrs. Barton. You know what I mean?
Said it with his chest.
Yeah, man. Amazing weekend, man. I thank everybody that was involved, the groomsmen, bridesmaids, family that showed up, man. It was a great day, man. It will go down in infamy for sure.
For sure.
Like I said earlier, just very, very grateful to be here, man. It's a good point in life. So for sure. Love you, baby. My next dub is going out to Andrew Wiggins for absolutely destroying Luka Doncic this weekend. I think they are currently going through Game 4 right now. Don't know what the score is, but I'm pretty sure we're on our way to a sweep.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because it's been getting pretty bad there with the Warriors. But damn, that Wiggins done. Ooh,
Nasty.
Ooh.
Nasty.
Only thing nastier is that they tried to fix their face to call that an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they even called it pissed me off. They ended up getting it correctly, but come on, man.
When a star is involved, that tends to happen.
Hey, Luka can be y'all star if y'all want to. I know if I see somebody out there getting switched on to every position doing Olay defense, you're gonna have to hold me on the superstar. Just hold me. Like I used to watch Tariq Evans hit 40.
Yeah. Yep.
Gilbert Arenas used to score the basketball. Y'all wasn't calling him the next Larry Bird. Team franchise. Franchise. Latrell Sprewell. None of them guys was the next anything, and they could score with their eyes closed. So, what makes Luka any different?
Gilbert Arenas was a dog. He was just too arrogant for his own damn good.
Yeah, Gilbert had a lot going on with him.
Yeah.
All right. All negativity here from here on out. Number one,
shit.
Magic Johnson. Getting an L for me because this man just do not seem to take a hint. He will not know his role and stay in his place. Magic Johnson has been quoted as trying to lobby the Lakers to keep Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna get rid of him?
Yes.
He's got a pretty hefty contract.
One buyout.
I think the Lakers organization wants to get rid of him. I think it's going to be a hard thing to do.
I don't think it's going to be that hard. Like you are already going to get like this is what they have to wrap their head around, and this is what people miss on sometimes in a lot of things, relationships, investments. Stop trying to judge whether or not you should buy or sell on an asset based on sunken cost. I've already been here so long. I've already invested so much. It'd be stupid to pull out now. It'd be dumb. It'll be wasteful. It'll be negligent to pull out now. Stop making decisions based on sunken cost.
I agree with
Because
that.
whatever you've already lost to this point could be double that if you keep trying to hold on to it. One season thrown away in the twilight years of Ron's career could turn into two very quickly if you don't make a decision on Westbrook. And for that reason and that reason alone, for the very fact that they're having so much trouble moving him, lets me know that they already have a diminishing product. He was diminishing on his way to you. He had already been traded from 3 different teams in 3 years.
Yep.
He was already a diminishing value coming to you. Stop trying to hold on to the sunken cost of Russell Westbrook. And for damn sure, don't let fucking Magic Johnson, who put Bell McGee, Rondo, Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, fucking Troy Daniels. He put that team together. That was him. Them was his personnel moves. That's what he decided to do with the team when he got it. Trade away D'Angelo Russell for fucking
nothing.
Because he wasn't mature. Because he was talking on Instagram and social media too much. He wasn't serious. Boy turned into an all-star. You over here talking about he not serious.
Have you guys had a decent point guard since then?
Oh, when LeBron played the point in 2020.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why we never tried to go back to that. But I don't know. Yeah, so Magic, get the fuck out the front office. I don't even know why Phil Jackson is there. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know. I wish they'd choose a coach and trade Russell Westbrook so we can move on from this whole situation.
What's the likelihood that you think they get Mark Jackson as a coach?
So, all right.
I think I've seen Pat Bev advocate for that, if I'm not mistaken.
It was also reported that LeBron wanted Mark Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the scenario in which that happens, because I do not think that Mark Jackson is down with the whole put our sleeper cell agent coach on your roster thing. If it doesn't work out with Darvin Ham, which seems to be the way that they're leaning right now, if something falls through with Darvin Ham and they're forced to make concessions to Mark Jackson to
entice him
and stand, because again, another thing that's in play here is LeBron re-upping this summer.
Yeah.
Right. So if they want him to do that, they obviously have to entertain what he thinks in terms of coaching. So I don't think Mark Jackson is as far down the list as a lot of people think he is. I think one of the hangups is going to be them choosing one of the coaches on his coaching staff. I do think that's going to be an issue. But the only way it works out for everyone is that they already have struck out on their first choice, which is Darvin Ham, it seems like.
Got you.
After that, if that falls through somehow, then I think it's a real possibility.
Okay. All
right. My next L is going out to Mr. Winston Duke. So we talked about this a little bit in our MCU segment. There's been a lot of cast interviews coming up lately. There's been a lot of like Screen Actor Guild and red carpets, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on where the cast and crew has been out.
Yep.
And Winston Duke on Good Morning America got very tearful, got very emotional, when he was talking about Chadwick and the hole that him not being there is left on the project, and that the audience would feel it, and gave very somber words that I'm inclined to, if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, believe. They were benign enough to be true. I want to take us into a certain type of mental space, and you tell me what you think of that individual that's thinking like this, right?
Got it.
So on one hand, you have someone who is telling us all the right things. I'm grieving this person. You know, this person can never be matched. You know, all of us are in mourning over his passing. We loved him so much. We cared about him. And everything we do in this next project is about him. You know, is about honoring his legacy and you know, coming together to honor our fallen brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's being said publicly. What's being reported privately is that Winston Duke is advocating for himself to get a larger role in this project. I'm struggling to find middle ground between grieving the loss of your friend, the former lead of this project, and advocating to replace him.
You're failing to see his very public persona that he has to keep up with and his behind the scenes moves because they're not one and the same.
Let me put it to you this way. And I can't it can't be me and you because Winston Duke and Chadwick Boseman were not me and you in terms of friendship.
Sure.
I don't know, man, because it's gonna sound ridiculous if I say coworker. It's gonna sound ridiculous if your coworker passed, but and even still, if someone very close to you passed away, they were very prominent in some role in your life. You together, you shared something together.
Mm-hmm.
His role in whatever it is that you two share together is now vacant. Would it make you comfortable to fill that role in any kind of capacity?
Absolutely
If
not.
if if not otherwise dictated by that individual before their passing. If he didn't say to you, "Hey, I really want you to take over from me. I really want you to carry the torch for me. I really want you to be the one to take this forward." Would it not make you the least bit uncomfortable being paid more
I was gonna
to
say for
elevate
monetary
your
gain,
status
absolutely.
in a film that is supposed to be causing you so much emotional strain to even shoot because of the loss of the former lead character?
Yeah, I would literally be profiting off of that man's death.
You are so grief stricken that you were able to somehow negotiate your pay raise in this sequel. And and that's just what's confirmed. And if what we think is going to happen by the end of this movie happens, how do we look at these interviews that we are getting right now talking about Chadwick Boseman, knowing that you are the one that pushed for this? You and your representation pushed for you potentially. This is all conjecture and rumors right now, so take it with a grain of salt. But potentially, you sliding yourself while your company, your boss is decreeing that no one could ever take it over. You're in closed doors advocating for you to take it over?
And for you to have a monetary gain, not only now, but creating a ledge for you to continue to make more.
I feel like, you know what? I'm never going to sit up here and try to demonize somebody for getting theirs, right? If you're an actor, you're getting paid to act, you get a big role to act. That's what you do. That's what you do. I'm a podcaster. I pod. If I get a big check to pod, I'm probably gonna take it. That's what I do. It is the extra emphasis on the grief that is rubbing me the wrong way. It really is, man. They putting a whole lot of stank on it. I know some of it is just because they don't have anything else to say. Literally, they have nothing else to say about the movie. But it is really rubbing me a wrong way that these people are preaching grief so heavily. Everybody's eating off of this man's death. Like all of y'all are getting paid higher salaries because they chose not to recast the main character. Each and every one of you. Is anybody going to donate anything back to the art school at Howard? Is anybody going to donate anything to Chadwick's endowments or his charities his foundations. You're gonna send some money back to his church. What are you doing other than acting in a movie that's going to kill the character that he played? Any of y'all?
Plus, we technically don't know what this movie is going to be about. But with everything that we've heard from each cast member, you're casting a cloud of this movie is going to be grief. This movie is going to be
Chadwick this, Chadwick that, Chadwick this, Chadwick that, Chadwick. You people are centering Chadwick at the forefront of the marketing for this movie. You're doing it before Marvel even gets going. You're signaling to me what the company motto is. That's why when people sit up here and say, well, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. You don't even know. They may just recast Tchalla and said that to throw you off. When everybody's saying the same shit and they all work at the same place, chances are they got a memo. Chances are they got an email. Chances are
this script
word went out to their representation like, hey, this is the official messaging that we're going with for Black Panther 2. Please don't stray from it. If that's the messaging, what do you think is going to be coming out of the movie? If they're priming you to be emotional about Chadwick now, months before, we haven't seen any footage of this movie whatsoever. And they're already priming you for the emotional draw of the movie to be centered around Chadwick and his death. They're already getting you ready for it. So I don't know if that makes anybody else uncomfortable, but it does to me. I had one correction from last week's my Doctor Strange review. So I was talking about Monica Rambeau being the first Captain Marvel. She's the first female Captain Marvel. She comes in before Carol Danvers. That was my point of bringing that up, in that she probably should have premiered in the MCU before Carol Danvers. The Alien Marvel did premiere about 15 years or so before Monica Rambeau did. She actually ends up gifting the name of Captain Marvel back to Marvel after she dons it for a time and ends up going by Photon and eventually Spectrum. But in any case, the point was that she damn sure should have beat Carol goddamn Danvers to the seat.
Any correction on your so you made a comment about The Rock not being black. I guess his dad is black and his mom is Samoan.
I saw that in the comments. I never even verified that. Look, I don't want to have the argument about what is what's black and what's not. That's fine. That's fine. Cool. The Rock is black.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I haven't heard The Rock going out of his way to let people know that he's black. I see him claim his Samoan culture very proudly, and he puts that at the forefront a lot. He has the tribal tattoos. He's very, very much so Samoan and ethnically, at least. His father is from Nova Scotia.
He is extremely successful and has a white wife.
It makes him black. I'm about to blaze you. I'm about to blaze you. But yeah, maybe not so much on the Rock thing, but yeah, definitely the correction on the Captain Marvel. She was not the first Captain Marvel. She was the first female Captain Marvel. Last one. I don't know if it is a dub for us, an L for Elon Musk, or what, but Elon is looking like he's going to back out of his purchase of Twitter due to the amount of fake accounts on Twitter, which seems a little bullshitty to me because, fam, who didn't know that at least half of the fucking accounts on Twitter are fake?
That's a well-known thing, actually.
So much so that Elon Musk literally has his own segment of Twitter bots. Like literally has a whole segment of Twitter dedicated to Twitter botting about Elon Musk. It's really funny. the biggest thing behind it is that with this potential sale, all of the assets that he had to kind of pull together to even get the money to show that he could make the purchase. I think Tesla has lost something like $36 billion this year, or at least in net worth.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there.
So it has not been a great year for Elon Musk. I think maybe he was thinking to add a communications conglomerate to his portfolio to maybe bolster it going forward. But man, them the from going to the moon earlier this year to losing $36 billion, he got it though. He'll get it back.
We'll see.
He'll get it
We'll
back.
see.
But that is it. That is all I have for us this week. Give us your dubs and nails in the comments below. Make sure you also like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you come back next week for another dubs and nails video. Do these every Wednesday.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out the playlist once you're done with this video. Check out all of our previous dubs and nails. And like you said, make sure you subscribe and check out more because we do this every Wednesday, like you said. Peace.